wherever and however you are, welcome and happy Friday. Although, I know it will not be Friday when you see this. It's just not going to happen that way. It's too late in the evening. I'm not going to get the video out. So maybe happy Saturday, maybe happy Sunday. It gives you an idea of how slow I am getting stuff out. I don't know. There's more videos though. There's lots coming out. Is there anything cool to tell you? Gotta be. I gotta flip backwards a page. Super Junior, Super Clap, Haze, Falling Leaf Song, ATEEZ, and AB6. All of that should be out before this, so if you want to see any of those, check them out. No, I don't want to tell you anything in there. I'll say a surprise, though, is Haze. It's a really pretty song, but not too slow, but very pretty. Everything else kicked ass. Okay, what's going on here? This is me hunting around, and, okay, so obviously, right, we have lots of requests, and the smart thing to do when you have lots and lots of requests is to do something that's not on the list at all. That's called brilliance. It's also called procrastination, and sometimes just being a dumbass, which I can be. This video is new, and it's got EXO, Twice, and J-Hope. Well, Nayeon, right, from Twice. Please be right, please be right. So, like, why not watch it? This is from Kpop Junkee, so shout out to Kpop Junkee. I've shouted him out before. I'm watching the video. Hopefully it's good. Let's go.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You think I am, but I won't. I'm not going to gush over Twice's awesome slit on the side style pants. Whether it be Chaeyoung or Jihyo's button-up beautiful slits, Momo's half-slit pants, Dahyun's JYP homage with a slit twist, I'm just not going to do it.
Actually, no lie, my favorite part is JYP wearing those pants. I'd never seen that picture.
I'm going to talk about skirts instead. Obviously, Twice are kicking off their Feel Special promotion. Recently, they made an appearance at the MBN Hero concert, where they also performed their previous title track, Fancy. Ooh. And while that performance was going on, a lot of fans thought that Nayeon had a wardrobe malfunction on stage.
Oh, really?
See any photos or fan cams from this performance, you can see that her skirt was torn on both sides, as if she wanted to join in on the side slit action. Now, with things like this, as long as nothing bad happens, I don't expect anyone to really comment on it.
Yeah, I'm going to interject here with something that has nothing to do with wardrobe malfunctions. I'm just going to say that Twice has been kicking some ass recently. All of the new Twice stuff has been phenomenally good. Fancy, is Fancy the new one? That's not the newest one. What's the one I just did? Did I even write it down? Fake, True and Fake, Fake and True. That shit's banging. And all of the other recent Twice stuff that is new, the releases, the video releases, have all been spectacular. I will admit, though, I have not checked out the deeper cuts on the albums.
Maybe the girls tell it as a funny story for variety shows later on, but this time, surprisingly, JYP Entertainment actually came out and made a statement on it saying it wasn't a wardrobe malfunction, the skirt was torn on purpose. Apparently,
well, sorry, I'm gonna let him finish.
it was just too uncomfortable for Nayeon, so they ended up tearing it on both sides for her. It wouldn't be revealed too much since she was already wearing black biker-type shorts underneath, and I think that's awesome. How many times have we seen other artists like Red Velvet have to just deal with it on stage? Obviously uncomfortable, it distresses them while they're on stage. They're not going to be able to dance the way you want, so why make them wear things that restrict them physically and sometimes mentally?
Okay, well, one, I think I can answer this as not a woman. I am not a woman, but having no Chukat, go over there. Chukat is a woman, but they don't understand what you're saying when you meow. So just don't contribute, okay? As I said, oh yeah, speaking on behalf, well, I can't speak on behalf of women. I'm blowing hair away. That's amazing, right? I have learned that it is fashion before comfort. If your goal is to look amazing, sometimes you have to be uncomfortable. If that's your goal, it doesn't have to be your goal. So why do they wear things that are too tight? Because the goal is for them to look spectacular, and they pay that price by being in things that are way too tight. Oh, I was going to say something else. Back up. No, not something about butts. Where's the thing at?
biker type shorts
right
underneath.
here.
And I think
released information that we decided to tear the skirt right before she got on stage. I think that is a baller move that we should all put in our back pocket. Not tearing our clothes before we get on stage, because a lot of us do not get on stage and dance. I'm saying, if your clothes are ever torn, whenever you see someone looking at your tear, tell them that you decided preemptively to tear your shit. They're like, yeah, you see this torn shirt? Right before I got here, I decided to tear it because it hinders, whatever you put in there, hinders my movement. It doesn't allow me to express myself fully. I don't like the original dimensions of the garment. I just said, fuck it, and rip it. I think we can steal that.
On stage, they're not going to be able to dance the way you want, so why make them wear to see the stylist this time make the call, sacrifice the skirt, and just tear it so that she feels a little better. It's a small step and a temporary solution to a problem we've seen many times. But stylists are always going to want the artist to look good and fit the concept. There just needs to be a little bit more consideration and just has to be a balance between that and comfort. You know what? Let's appreciate JYP for letting everyone know what was going on, even though they didn't really have to in this case. Usually when companies make a statement on things, there are much bigger issues. And you're rarely gonna hear the actual idols themselves complain.
Okay, see, if I was listening to this not on camera, this shit would be at 1.25 speed. Is that cool? Can I do that? Can I go 1.25? I'm just being honest.
About something, unless you push them that far. I mean, a few EXO members were just pushed to that point, figuratively and
You better not talk no shit about Nayeon.
physically, but we'll get to that in a second. Just think about that. They were pushed to the point where they had to speak out against specific fans at the airport themselves. That's how bad this got. I mean, we've seen crazy situations at the airport before. iKON were just in that predicament a few weeks ago, almost mobbed to the ground. Bobby was smacked in the face with a plushie. Now, do you really think he's going to have fond memories of your plushie if you smack him in the face with it? I don't understand the mindset. In EXO's chaotic situation, someone...
Well, the mindset is, I mean, not to justify madness. It's about how you're portrayed to your fans or whatever. It's even weird to say fans, like people who like your work. I have people that like my work on this channel, and I have people that like my work when I play guitar. But I don't think... I mean, no one's ever come up to me and treated me like really weird. I mean, people have been weird, but they're not treating me weird. They just are weird sometimes. I'm weird sometimes. But this is that thing about being exceptionally good looking and on a stage and dancing and singing, that if you are portrayed in this perfect light, it is powerful as far as making you famous and wealthy. However, it makes you also somewhat unrelatable to some of your supporters, who will then not treat you as a human. They will treat you as like an idol, and they'll behave kind of weird.
Someone even pushed Chen just to get a picture of another member. After they finally got home,
out of the way, Chen! I gotta take a picture of Baekhyun.
The members seemed not only to be fed up with it,
I'm definitely not Suho behind this mask,
but also concerned for everyone else's safety. Think about it. Chanyeol and Baekhyun also touched upon it. You're putting the safety of them, yourself, and everyone around you in that public airport in danger for some pictures and videos. And if something terrible were to happen, the blame and guilt will also fall upon the guys themselves. If someone got hurt because they were in the airport, EXO would not only feel absolutely horrible about it, but they would also have to deal with the consequences as well. It's like the airport...
Did you see that at the bottom of the screen? That's dope as fuck. Bake firing? That's clever. You are not clever. You're just persistent. Here, show them your face, and let me again place you 18 inches away and try to beg you to stay 18 inches away. Is that possible? Also, while I write down bake firing, because that shit is funny. I think it's funny. No one cares if you think it's funny. All right.
Horrible about it, but they would also have to deal with the consequences.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
They think they can get as close as they want. I think you need to read the room. These artists, they're covered up a lot of the times for a reason. Good on EXO for speaking up and preaching to these specific fans to maintain good order so that the members and everyone else present don't get hurt. Remember, when you're there surrounded by other like-minded fans, you should be a team. You should be looking out for one another. That's important. Kind of like how J-Hope rediscovered the importance of his team when he was on his own filming for Chicken Noodle Soup.
That shit's a banger. Damn, that song was so good.
By the way, if you haven't seen my theory on Chicken Noodle Soup yet, go check it out. Shameless plug. But yeah, we gotta end this on a positive note. And what better way than J-Hope pouring out his feelings for his members while he was in LA. Realizing the impact each one of those guys have on him and how it affects the way he works.
Oh, that's when I was watching the behind the scenes, but it wasn't translated, or I picked the wrong one, and that's what he was saying.
They're his rocks. Not the rock, his rocks. You know,
wait, is he sure that none of them are joining the Rock Johnson? I don't know. The guy with the glasses, Namjoon back there, you sure he's not actually joining the Rock Johnson?
You know what I mean?
Is it possible that any of them are just Dwayne Johnson and not Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
You smell what I'm cooking?
I don't know. Just being honest. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this whole video, but that means it's good. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's good as in you like it, or it's popular, or it gets me subscribers. Hey, you are already a subscriber. You stay over there. It's good as in it's, branching out. Gotta grow by making mistakes. And then hopefully not make too many in a row. But whatever. Two things. One, I forgot to turn on that light over there. So at the beginning of filming, I was just like, let's just roll with it. So there's probably a shadow on this side. There's a cat over here. If you will not simmer down. Light over here. Supposed to be light over there. I forgot to turn it on. Let's just roll with it. Give it a kind of a shadowy feel. Two, there's a weird thing about performing, and I cannot, of course, speak for all performers. I can only speak for myself. Which is this kind of weird thing where, I'm just being honest, that when you are playing, when you're performing, you do want to be treated like a god. You want people to be going like, oh, because you can see them. You can see the audience, right? Like, especially if you're, I do a lot of smaller shows because I'm not famous. And when there's like 200 people, 150 people, definitely if there's less than 100 people, like if there's like 72 people or 38 people, or heaven forbid the occasional 12 people where it's like 12 people and the bartenders. Dude, we can see you doing everything while we're playing. Like, we know what if there's like less than 40 people in the room, we know what everyone in the room is doing because like we don't have anywhere else to look. So, I mean, we look at each other on stage, but like we're looking at you. We see the two of you arguing in the background. We see the person ordering the drink and fiddling for their credit card and the people playing on their phone. Like, we see all of it. And even up to maybe like 100 people, 150, somewhere in there, you still can almost see everybody. It's not until after that where like it's hard to keep track of people. And we do want to see you having the time of your life. And I know, like, I don't fake it. Like, when I'm in the audience and I'm not having like a great time, like I don't do this. There are these dudes in the crowd who do this. I'm not one of those guys. But we want to see you having a good time. And the more you lose your mind, the better. Like, when we're on stage. Because you make us think like, oh, like, shit, like, we're amazing. But then it's weird. Like, the moment we get off stage, we want the, you're cool. Like, you're like, dude, I just saw you. You were so awesome. Like, we want that. That's awesome. But then, like, kind of anything above that is kind of weird. Just being honest. It's just kind of weird. Doesn't happen to me that often. Maybe because I'm not that awesome. It could be. But when people go on and on for like a long time, like where like they're still complimenting you and you're looking like over their shoulder, you're like, where's my buddy? Like, where's someone else that I know? Like, how the hell do I get out of this situation? That's a little weird. I feel like this video is weird. But I don't ever bullshit y'all, so I'm gonna release it and I'm not gonna edit it. Just leave it all in there, all together. I also think it's funny that I'm talking about the crowd reaction to you when you're on stage, and right now I'm in a poorly lit room. My fault, didn't turn on the light, and there's no one in here with me except for a cat that is half on and half off of my PlayStation that I intend to sell because now I'm a PC gamer. But you can see her actually sitting half on the PlayStation and half not. Oh, now you're walking. No one's asking you to come over. You know when the camera's on you. No, go. Hey, how do I tell her to go? Kaja's let's go. How do I say you go? Kaya. Oh, I don't know the conjugation for that. I can make up Korean. Kayeyo? There's no way that's how it goes. There's no way. Okay, anyways. Love y'all. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Also, the video is a little weird, so I'm a little weird. You are a little pushy. Jesus Christ. You think the house was on fire or something. Like, she's like trying to tell me, bro, I know you're doing a video, but like the kitchen's on fire. Like the kitchen's on fire. Like, I know I'm just a cat, but I'm telling you the kitchen's on fire. Except for there's no emergency at all. She's just like, she knows I'm a sitting duck on camera. No offense to any of you that might be ducks in a seated position. Again, I love you. Bye.